Good morning Year 9 and welcome to today's maths lesson. Hope you've all had a lovely Easter break. Let's start off with a quick starter for me. Can you work out 7 times 8? Can you then work out what 10% of 240 would be and what 0.1 times 240 would be? Please pause the video for 2 minutes and have a go at those now. Okay, let's go through some answers. 7 times 8 is what, Owen? 56, very wise. To work out 10% of 240, let's have a think about it. Ryan, what's 100% of 240? What's all of it? 100% of 240 is 240, thank you, Ryan. So how can I work out what 10% is? What have I done to 100 to get 10? Rowan? Divided by 10. Lovely. So, to work out what 10% of 240 is, I need to divide 240 by 10, which gives me 24. And finally, 0.1 times 240 is exactly the same as 240 divided by 10. Because 1 times 240 would give me 240. I've divided the 1 by 10 to get 0.1. So I need to divide my answer by 10, which will give me 24. Notice that 10% of 240 and 0.1 times 240 both give us 24. Okay, on to today's lesson. This is where we're headed today, looking at lowest common multiples and least common multiples, which means exactly the same thing. In an exam, they might try and throw you off by using either term, but they mean the same thing. First off, a multiple of a number is in the what of that number. A multiple of that number is in the what of that number. The word we're looking for is times table. So for example, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 are all multiples of 3. You know how this is going to work. I'm going to do an example here, and then you're going to do an example on the other side. So I've got list the first 6 multiples of 7. The first 6 multiples of 7 are going to be 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, and 42. These are the first 6 multiples of 7. I then need to work out which of the following are multiples of 4. Now, is 16 a multiple of 4? Is 16 in the 4 times table? Yes, it is. 4 times 4 would give me 16. So yes, 16 is a multiple of 4. 46, is that in the 4 times table? Well, let's think about it. 4 times 10 would give me 40. 4 times 11 would give me 44. 4 times 12 would give me 48. So 46 is not in the 4 times table. It's not a multiple of 4. 62, is that in the 4 times table? Let's carry it on. 48, 52, 56, 60. So no, 62 is not in the 4 times table and is not a multiple of 4. Over to you. Pause the video for a couple of minutes and have a go at these questions for me. List the first 10 multiples of 8 and which of the following are multiples of 6. Please do that now. Okay, let's go through the answers. The first 10 multiples of 8 are going to be 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, how good's your 8 times table? 56, 64, 72, and 80. These are the first 10 multiples of 8. And which of the following are multiples of 6? Well, 12 is just 6 times 2, so yes, that's a multiple of 6. 36 is just 6 times 6, so that's a multiple of 6. However, 68 is not a multiple of 6. We cannot multiply 6 by a whole number to give us 68. Okay, can you pause the video for 10 minutes or so and have a go at these 5 questions? Which of these numbers are a multiple of the numbers stated? So which out of 15, 26, 33, 45 and 58 is a multiple of 2? Pause the video for 5 or 10 minutes and have a go at those questions now. Okay, let's check our answers. The multiples of 2 were 26 and 58. Notice that these are both even numbers. The multiples of 5 were 25 and 40. Multiples of 3 were 21 and 48. 4 were 28 and 60. And 6 were 24 and 72. In your light blue books, can you now have a go at these questions for me? Pause the video for 10 minutes and can you work out, is 20 a multiple of 4? Is 16 a multiple of 6? Etc, etc. Pause the video and have a go at these now, please. Let's look at the answers. The answers were yes, no, false, true, false, 36 and 40, true, 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 and a multiple is just a number that appears in another number's times table, as we went through at the beginning of the lesson. So dark blue books out, can I have the title LCM? So this lesson we're going to be looking at lowest common multiples, which is abbreviated or shortened to LCM. The lowest common multiple of 2 numbers is the smallest number that is a multiple of both. Underneath the title LCM in your dark blue books, can you write this sentence here for me? And when you've done that, please pause the video while you do that, and then pens down and watching while I go through an example and then you go through an example in your dark blue books. So my question is, find the LCM or lowest common multiple of both 6 and 9. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to list my multiples of 6 and 9. So what's my first multiple of 6? Ryan, what's my first multiple of 6? 6, lovely. Sophie, what's my second one? 12. And Izzy, what's my third one? 18. Owen, what's my fourth one? 24. Josh, what's my fifth one? 30. And we can carry this on for as long as we need. 36, 42, 48. I'm going to pause there. What's my first multiple of 9, please, Lilia? 9. Brilliant. Nice easy one. Then we're going 18. Then we're going 27. Then we're looking at 36. And 45. Etc, etc. To find the lowest common multiple, we need to find the smallest number that's in both of these times tables. The smallest number that's in both of these times tables would be 18. There it is. So the lowest common multiple of 6 and 9 is just 18. Over to you. In your dark blue books, can you find for me the lowest common multiple of 6 and 8? Pause the video for a couple of minutes and work that out now. Okay, let's go through the answers. So if I've got 6, my multiples are 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, etc, etc. My multiples of 8, I'm looking at 8, 16, 24, and we only need to carry it on until we find the first number that's in both of those times tables. In this case, we found 24. So the lowest common multiple of 6 and 8 would be 24. Can you switch to your light blue books now and have a go at these questions for me? Find the lowest common multiple of 2 and 4, 2 and 6, 3 and 6, 3 and 9, etc, etc. Pause the video for 10 minutes or so and work these out for me. If you're feeling confident, can you find the lowest common multiple of 6, 9 and 12? Pause the video now and have a go at these questions in your light blue book. Okay, the answers I was looking for. The lowest common multiple of 2 and 4. If I've got 2, it goes 2, 4, 6, 8. 4, I've got 4, 8, etc, etc. So my lowest common multiple for that one is going to be 4, the first number that appears in both of those times tables. For 2 and 6, it should have been 6. For 3 and 6, it's also 6. For 3 and 9, it's 9. For 6 and 9, it's 18. 7 and 5 is 35. 12 and 5 is 60. 5 and 12 is still 60, no matter what order I put these numbers in. 8 and 6, 24. And 80 and 60 is 240. Notice that I multiplied 8 by 10. I multiplied 6 by 10. And my lowest common multiple also multiplied by 10. If you were confident, the lowest common multiple of 6, 9 and 12 would have given you 36. Okay, can you pause the video now for me for a couple of minutes and have a go at these exam questions for me? The first one, can you work out the lowest common multiple of 6 and 8? Can you work out the least common multiple, which means exactly the same thing as lowest common multiple, of 40 and 50? And can you work out the least common multiple, or LCM, of two numbers is 20? Give an example of what the numbers could be. Pause the video and have a go at those questions now, please. Okay, let's go through some answers. So the lowest common multiple of 6 and 8. I'm starting with 6. My multiples are 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, etc., etc. For 8, we're looking at 8, 16, 24, and brilliant. We found the lowest common multiple already. The lowest number that's in both of those times tables is 24. Well done if you got that right. Slightly trickier one now. We've got the lowest common multiple of 40 and 50. I'm going to approach it in the same way. My multiples of 40 are going to be 40, 80, 120, 160, 200, 240, 280, etc., etc. For 50, I'm looking at 50, 100, 150, 200, and brilliant. I found a number that's a multiple of both of those. That is 200. It's the lowest one that's a multiple of both 40 and 50. So my lowest common multiple is going to be 200. And finally, this one was a little bit trickier, but I thought I'd challenge you all. Can you find the lowest common multiple, or LCM, of two numbers is 20? What could those numbers be? I'd just do it by trial and error. How about if I had, I know it's got to be a multiple, it's got to be in both of the times tables. 20 is in both the 4 and the 5 times tables. Let's see if it's the lowest common multiple. The 4 times table will give me 4, 8, 12, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. The 5 times table is going to give me 5, 10, 15, and 20. And there it is. The lowest common multiple of both 4 and 5 is 20. So those numbers could well be both 4 and 5. Well done if you got that correct. Please now have a go at the exit ticket I've posted on Google Classroom and send that through to me so I can see how you're doing. And best of luck. Have a lovely day. Thank you very much. Year 9.